The photography world thrives on rumors, and right now, there's one name dominating the conversation: Fujifilm X-Pro 6. Leaks have been trickling in, each one painting a clearer picture of what could be one of the most exciting APS-C mirrorless cameras in recent memory. And the more we hear, the more it seems like Fujifilm is preparing something that could change the way hybrid shooters think about their gear. This isn't just a small update to the X-Pro series, it feels like a statement. For years, the X-Pro line has been a favorite among photographers who value a certain balance of style, performance, and portability. But if these leaks are accurate, the X-Pro 6 will move far beyond tradition, blending high-end still photography with cinema-grade video in a body that stays compact and travel-friendly. The rumors suggest a late 2025 release, likely between October and December, perfectly positioned to compete with holiday launches from Canon and Sony. The timing alone hints at Fujifilm's confidence they're aiming right at the busiest, most competitive time of the year. The headline feature: making waves is the sensor. We're talking about a rumored 40-megapixel APS-C XR sensor. This isn't just about having more pixels, it's about flexibility. At this resolution, you can crop deeply into an image and still have enough detail for large prints, editorial layouts, or high-end digital publishing. Street photographers can frame quickly, knowing they can recompose later without losing quality. Commercial shooters can deliver razor-sharp images that hold up even under demanding client scrutiny. And all of this without stepping into the size, weight, and cost of full-frame systems. Another game-changer could be the long-awaited addition of in-body image stabilization, or IBIS. Fujifilm fans have been asking for this in the X-Pro line for years, and now it seems the X-Pro 6 might deliver a 5-axis system with up to 7 stops of compensation. In plain terms, that means steadier shots in low light, smoother handheld video, and sharper images without always relying on a tripod. Imagine shooting portraits at dusk, filming a walk-and-talk documentary sequence, or capturing travel moments on the move, all with less motion blur and fewer retakes. Autofocus is also rumored to see a major leap forward. The X-Pro 6 may introduce AI-enhanced subject detection through its next-generation autofocus engine powered by the X Processor 5. That means faster, smarter, and more accurate focusing in real time. It's not just about locking onto a face, it's about tracking eyes, animals, cars, or even a subject moving unpredictably through a busy crowd. For wedding photographers, it could mean perfectly sharp shots of the bride walking down the aisle. For wildlife shooters, it might mean tracking a bird in flight against a cluttered background. The focus system would adapt dynamically, changing its behavior depending on what you're shooting. But the X-Pro 6 isn't only about stills. Video specs suggest Fujifilm is going after serious content creators. The leaks point to 6K recording at 30 frames per second, 4K at 60 frames, and 10-bit internal color depth. Add support for F-Log2, and you have a mirrorless camera that can deliver the kind of footage you'd expect from much larger cinema gear. These specs aren't just impressive on paper, they offer real creative freedom. You'll get greater highlight recovery, more flexibility in color grading, and a richer cinematic look without needing an external recorder. Of course, Fujifilm's famous film simulations are expected to return. For many creators, these are more than just filters, they're a key part of the shooting process. Being able to dial in a look in camera means less time spent editing later and more time focusing on composition and storytelling. It also allows for a consistent creative style straight out of the camera. Whether you're shooting for YouTube, travel vlogs, weddings, or documentary projects, build quality is another area where Fujifilm isn't expected to cut corners. The X-Pro 6 will likely feature a weather-sealed magnesium alloy body, tough enough for demanding environments. Some leaks even hint at special edition finish, like titanium or a Durit coating, which would not only look stunning but also add durability. This blend of rugged performance and refined style is what makes the X-Pro series so distinct. It's a camera you can rely on in the field and still be proud to carry in a client meeting. Modern connectivity is also part of the rumored package. USB-C power delivery, built-in Wi-Fi, and Bluetooth could make it easier than ever to transfer files, shoot remotely, and keep the camera powered during long days. Charging from a power bank in the middle of a shoot could become second nature. Dual UHS to SD card slots would provide options for backup recording, overflow storage, or high-speed capture workflows critical for professional jobs where lost. Data isn't an option. The viewfinder could also see an upgrade. The X-Pro series has always been known for its hybrid optical electronic viewfinder, giving photographers the choice between a classic rangefinder-style view and a modern digital display. For the X-Pro 6, leaks suggest higher brightness and faster refresh rates. This could make the EVF more natural for video and action shooting, while still preserving the joy of analog-style composition for still photography. It's the kind of detail that shows Fujifilm's commitment to honoring tradition while embracing innovation. Price is always a question, and early rumors put the starting point around $1,999, with certain finish or bundled accessories pushing it closer to $2,000 to $100. That's not entry-level territory, but Fujifilm seems to be aiming squarely at professionals and serious hobbyists who prioritize reliability, creative versatility, and build quality over budget pricing. For those shooters, a camera that can replace both a dedicated stills body and a cinema-capable video rig could be worth every dollar. When you start adding up the rumored specs of 40-megapixel APS-C sensor, 7-stop IBIS, eye-driven autofocus, 6K video, pro-level film simulations, weather sealing, modern connectivity, it's hard not to see the X-Pro 6 as a potential category-defining camera. Whether you're a hybrid content creator, a wedding and event shooter, a street photographer, or a filmmaker on the go, this could be the all-in-one tool that finally bridges the gap between compact portability and uncompromising performance. Of course, as with all leaks, there's a need for caution. Specs can change, features can be scaled back before launch, and marketing leaks are sometimes designed to build hype rather than promise realities. But the level of detail here, sensor resolution, stabilization specs, processor capability suggests that these leaks could be coming from someone with direct access to pre-production information. And if history is any guide, Fujifilm has a track record of delivering meaningful innovation with each new X series release. For now, all we can do is wait for official confirmation. But if even half of these rumors prove true, the X-Pro 6 could set a new standard for what an APS-C mirrorless camera can be in 2025. This is not just an incremental step forward, it could be a decisive leap, one that redefines expectations for hybrid shooters in the years ahead. For years, APS-C cameras were often seen as a middle ground, lighter and more affordable than full-frame, but with compromises in resolution, low light performance, or depth of field. Fujifilm has spent the last decade challenging that perception, and the X-Pro 6 looks like it could be the ultimate proof that APS-C can stand toe-to-toe with larger formats. With 40 megapixels on tap, you're not just matching full-frame resolution, you're entering a space where image detail is so fine that you can shoot wide and still crop in heavily without hesitation. For travel photographers, that's a huge deal. You can take one versatile lens, frame wider to ensure you capture the scene, and then recompose in post for multiple variations, all from one shot. The addition of in-body stabilization pushes this advantage even further. When you're on the street, in a dimly lit cafe, or shooting handheld at sunset, IBIS can make the difference between a usable image and a throwaway. A 7-stop system means you could, in theory, handhold exposures at speeds that used to require a tripod. Videographers will see an equally big benefit: less jitter, smoother motion, and more confidence when filming on the move. You won't need a gimbal for every shot, which keeps your setup light and discreet. Autofocus has become one of the most competitive battlegrounds in modern camera design, and Fujifilm's rumored AI-driven system could be a massive leap. It's one thing for a camera to detect eyes or faces, it's another to understand context. If the X-Pro 6 can truly recognize and track subjects in complex situations, it could save photographers from missed moments in fast-moving environments. Think about shooting a street performance where dancers move through a crowd, or covering a sports event where the action shifts unpredictably. A smarter AF system means the camera does more of the thinking, leaving you free to focus on composition and timing. On the video side, the leaked specs aren't just numbers, they're signals. 6K resolution gives editors more flexibility in post-production. You can crop, stabilize, or reframe your footage without losing 4,000 output quality. For filmmakers, this opens creative options like digital zooms or panning within a locked-off shot. The 10-bit color depth paired with F-Log2 means you'll have a much wider dynamic range to work with, preserving details in both shadows and highlights. It's the kind of setup that lets you shoot in harsh midday sun or dim evening light and still pull out a clean, cinematic image in the grade.